smoke with us, no, no.
Doctor?
Get a lick with you, get rich with you. I'll lay somebody down all for you. Get a lick with you, get rich with you. I'll lay somebody down all for you. Friday when I say I got your back, that's a fact. I ain't playing about you, that's just what it is, and I'm on that. Flip a brick for you, send a hit for you, 'cause I'm the realest bitch around. Get a lick with you, get rich with you. Get rich with you, get a lick with you. Get rich with you, get rich with you. Get a lick with you, get rich with you. Get rich with you, get a lick with you. Get rich with you.
Doctor?
I put the bitch in free. Okay, I'm trapping all week. I do a pill and can't eat. Okay, I'm trapping all week. Okay, I'm trapping all week. Okay, I'm trapping all. I put the bitch in free. Okay, I'm trapping all week. I do a pill and can't eat. Okay, I'm trapping all week. Okay, I'm trapping all week. Okay, I'm trapping all. I put the bitch in free. Okay, I'm trapping all week. I do a pill and can't eat. Okay, I'm trapping all week. Okay, I'm trapping all week. Okay, I'm trapping all. Hey, 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 hey.
Yep. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, them transitions were like on point today. Okay? My transitions was on point today, y'all. Alright? Y'all like the way I glided at 3. Come on. Stop playing. Salute, salute. Listen, if you're new to the channel, welcome back. If you're not new, if you are new, make sure you hit that button, that like button. Make sure that you subscribe if you like anything in which I am speaking about today. If you like my intro, make sure that you hit up DJ Wish Doctor. I made sure that I played him after my intro. Make sure you say salute to him. Make sure that you go into his channel. Salute us. How you doing? Welcome back. All right, y'all. So I usually do these videos on Thursdays. Fridays, like 9:30-ish. I know that today's Thursday, right? But I was feeling good today, so I wanted to come, you know what I mean? I've been working on something for a couple of months, and I finally got some good news about it. So I'm not coming to share my business. However, I am coming to share my energy, my good positivity, my love, my light. May my good energy wrap around you and embrace you, especially those who are having a really hard time today. Salute to you. God bless. All right. Listen. As always promised, I'm going to show you guys something dope tonight, because I'm promising to either show you something every week dope, delicious, or logical. and I want to show y'all something. And hopefully, I don't get a strike for it, but I'm gonna risk it all tonight. All right, because y'all gotta hear this song. Let me cut this music up a bit. All right, y'all gotta hear this song. It's mad dope, and I'm just coming to share. You know, I be finding all the gems in music, and I feel like y'all should be able to hear it too. And then I got a couple of other little clips from Black Men for this is my brother's Keeper week, right? So was last week. We're hitting a little rerun, and it's also Black History Month. Like, what are we doing? All right. So I got a couple of clips, and then we're going to get into the main video from last week. We're going to continue to dissect it around a man's love. And I got somebody with me today because I'm gonna need some help dissecting this. I would not be camming up today because I have some plans later and I'm not getting ready twice, okay? And I don't come on camera unless I'm prepared. And that's what I feel, not what you guys feel, okay? All right, so let's get started, man. I'm actually really excited. I gotta show y'all something really dope. And again, hopefully I don't get no strikes. Let me find a banner for this. All right. This is for educational purposes only because y'all need to be educated around this song. I mean, what are we doing? All right, here comes the song.
Your heart is feeling heavy. You don't know which way to go. If my mind will not stay steady, just make sure that you know that I'm not scared of running, only running if you are the one I'm running to. If your heart will not stop racing and somehow you don't feel strong, in my mind I can't escape it. Just make sure that you know that I'm not scared of running if we're running back to what we both know is true. But I'm scared of running. I'm so scared if I'm not running with you.
Okay, listen. Now, I know that y'all thought that was amazing because, that is one of the dopest songs that I've heard this year so far, and it's February, okay? I'm going to try to bring you guys more music because that is my therapy, okay? And I love finding gems. So I got to hear it. You guys got to hear it too. It is a dope song by Antonio Sanders. He's an upcoming artist called Running With You. Yeah, man. When I heard that song, man, I can't even tell you. Woo! All right. Certain things excite me. Don't mind me. All right. Let's keep going. I have a couple of clips, like I said. We're going to get into those. And then I did drop the link if someone's ever so brave. I don't really bite. But hopefully, if somebody does come up, we can still get through this clip. Because sometimes I'll be struggling with another person. I'm not going to lie. But hopefully I can get some men because this is, about the men. And I don't know. I was having a little bit of a hard time last week, like trying to understand what was happening. So, guys, bear with me. Bear with me tonight. Okay? Why are you laughing? Woo! Let's go, man. Let me put my other banner up here. All right. I'm just going to do the fair use one because, All right. So on to our next clip. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me put him up too. Okay. Listen. He needs to be on the screen tonight. This is my brother's Keeper week. Okay. Mr. Chestnut himself. Okay. So let's see. On to the next clip. Let's go with this one. Here we go.
See, chosen one women are different from average women. You know what I mean? Chosen one women are pure-hearted. They have really good energy. They have a really big aura. And chosen one women don't have a lot of friend girls. You know, they can't kick it with a lot of girls like other girls can kick it, because other girls are just naturally start to hate on them because they not negative. They not about drama. They not toxic. And other girls won't like chosen one women because they don't want to gossip with them. You know what I mean? So chosen one women are very private. You know, they stay to themselves. They antisocial, and they just do them. You know what I mean? That's how you know a woman is chosen, if she's just doing herself. You know what I mean?
Man, I say do it myself. All right. This man is on point with this. And you know what's crazy is I like always thought like to myself, like, because a lot of times I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I'm misunderstood a bit. And like that people don't typically like understand where I'm coming from. Like the way my mind works is just, man, it's crazy. It's always been since I've been a little girl. But I started doing some studying into like what it means to be like chosen. I'm actually gonna do a live in the future, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yo, what comes with being chosen is sometimes you just misunderstood. People will try to paint your picture with the wrong colors, and I personally hate that. But anyways, let's keep going. All right, so let's see what else I have, and then we're gonna get into the main course. Let's go.
I know one of y'all ladies needs to hear this, so here are the signs that you need to marry that man. Number one, he has a heart of service. This is the man that'll fill your gas tank right before you wake up, even though he heard you say you were gonna fill your tank up before you got off work yesterday. This is Mr. I got it. Mr. Don't worry about it. Mr. You didn't even have to ask me for that. This leads me to number two. This man has patience. Now remember, a man with patience is not to be played with. You don't want to push him too far. But you know how you get sometimes. You get in your feelings, you feel some type of way, everybody in the room feel it, and I guarantee he don't want to be in that room all the time. But he gives you the space to sort yourself out, come back, and then y'all are connected again. Don't take his patience for granted. Deal with your emotions and then go back to loving that man. Number three, he respects other women. This is extremely important. Look at his relationship and interactions with his mother, his sisters, his cousins, his aunties. And contrary to popular belief, him having female friends is a green flag. That means there's a woman not related by blood that sees him as trustworthy and feels safe around him. Number four, if that man is not afraid of hard work, you need to lock him down immediately. A man unafraid of hard work is gonna eat every day, and he gonna make sure the people around him eat. And even if he's down, you either not gonna be able to tell he's down, or he not gonna be down for long. And this brings me to number five, a man that makes no excuses. Nobody likes a man with too many excuses. It's never his fault. He couldn't help it. It was outside of his control. Nobody wants to be around that.
Oh my gosh. This video was like, gave me life. Best. Just look out for it. It should be in my little pending videos. But some Friday along the way somewhere. I think it's sometime in March, to be honest. I think it's like the 7th or something like that. But stay tuned for that. So listen, let's just like break down this video a little bit. So this little video clip. I always tell people that everybody should be of service, right? Men and women, right? They should come into relationship to be of service, meaning that you're there to serve, not to be served. But if you are a person that, you know that you serve a purpose greater than you, then you're there and you know that you're there to make sure that everything around you is good, right? That's what I mean, to be of service, whatever is needed within that relationship, within that home, within that environment, whether it's your woman, your man, your children, your family around you, your community. That's what I mean by being of service, right? And I believe that's what he means too. Serving the person you're with. The patience part, man, may the force be with you guys. Because I know that some women can get up and they be on their thing, right? They be on their mission. I know I have to, because I'm not perfect. That's why I like to have my own personal space, right? That's what he's saying. So, and I think everybody needs their own personal space. So, like having the patience to be able to step away and not have to like feel like the need to engage right then and there, especially if it's like some tension, and being able to like, use that discernment and go take a break, right? Like nobody should be felt pressured to like speak right then and there. Respecting the other women part, I definitely agree with that. Like if you are a person that can offer a woman guidance, especially when it concerning like any aspect of her life, relationships, anything of that nature, right? If she's raising sons, whatever, right? I definitely agree with the respect part, and I definitely agree that if you are a man, that a woman seeks the advice of you, right, from you, right? I don't know. That's definitely powerful to me. I don't know about the friends part, because I feel like some men can't handle the friends part. I don't know. I don't know about that. But anyways, hey, do what you guys please. The not afraid of hard work part. I don't know what's happening with our generations and possibly the generations to come, but we got a lot of work to do. And I mean like literally getting up and doing the work, not sitting around. Like that's important. Nobody wants to be bums and nobody wants to be with bums. But that's a whole nother discussion. The no excuses part kind of correlates to me with the not being afraid of work. Like, listen, oh my gosh, I was just having a conversation with someone like literally just this morning about as far as our culture, where we come from and where we stand, right? I hear a lot of the times people saying, we weren't given the same opportunities and da 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 da. And I 110% agree with a lot of that, right? The excuse part comes in when you're not aware that you can reach your own destiny, right? Like it is up to you. Every day that you wake up, you can make sure that things go how they need to go, right? As far as the things that you need to do, the things that you have to get done. Like, yo, you could try to do that. There doesn't have to be an excuse. And for the people that say that it's not a way, man, we have to learn to make a way. No excuses are 2025 and beyond. Or, I don't know, be single for the rest of your life. I don't know. Anyways, that's my little bitty little segments thingies. Let's get on to the main topic, okay? Because I really want to dive back into this. RC Blake's was talking about where I left off the video. He was talking about how some women have a hard time with identifying what a real man looks like because they didn't have, this kind of person in their past, right? In their lives. I completely agree with that. I think that can make it extremely difficult if you don't have a sense of like a role model that has showed you what a real man looks like. He also spoke on how some women start to date and things like that really young, right? Which is primarily our immature ages, right? Like our early teenage where we think we know everything, we're super naive, and we tend to make some of the most terriblest decisions, right? That we could, right? And he spoke on how that can contribute to how we could see people going forward as far as other companionships. In particular, he was talking about women and how they might see men based on the failed relationships that were like, during their immature stages. Completely made sense to me. Some of the things that he was saying, I kind of was like really kind of struggling to keep up with. However, I'm dedicated. That's why I'm here today. Early. Okay? Not on time. I'm early today. Because I'm a day ahead. So let's get started. We're going to continue to dissect this. Pray for me. Because I'm going to need it. Because I am realizing that we do think different. We love different. I don't know. So, I don't know. Fast says, in hindsight, it's a terrible decision. You think? It depends on what it is, Fess. Like if you are a person that, you know, during your early teenage years, you're making terrible decisions around who you're dating, ignoring flags and things like that, like that could be, you know, some bad decision making. And at the time, we kind of think that we're making some good decisions, but we're not, right? So that kind of matters. So him speaking about how that can make a difference when it comes to how you look at people, that does. All right. Okay. So let's look at this video. Like I said, you know, pray for me. Listen, make sure you check the back chat, please. So let's see here. So let me take this banner down because I am trying to actually let me take the comment down. All right, so let's get into this, okay? Hang on, guys. Sorry. Give me a second, guys. All right. All right. So let's see here. All right, are you guys ready? I hope so, because I'm not. Somebody has to be ready around here. All right, guys, sorry about that. Okay. All right, so let's get started. My dryer's going off. Okay, so we left off here, so let's get started.
Love from a man because most women started their romantic journeys too early. You know, you start dating and having sex and all of these kinds of things in your teens or early college years. You develop a concept of love prematurely because you develop those early situationships, relationships, whatever you choose to call it, with young men that are not developed, not between the ears. They may be developed in other areas of their body or their anatomy, but they're not developed between their ears. And so when you start relationships too early, like not all of us, but most.
Okay, so this is where, let me know if you guys can actually hear this. This is where he was talking about the correlation of a woman in particular starting to date early, right? Which he's saying a lot of us do. And how that could be damaging because of the immaturity levels that are there, right? So you're kind of going through relationships, and hopefully not that many, right? But you're going through relationships and you're dating men that are immature, and then you're immature too. So it kind of sets the stage for how you could look at men. And that's what he's speaking of, which I kind of broke down to you guys a little bit earlier. All right. For some reason, people are really trying to get me. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Okay. Goodness gracious. I'm not going to be up here long, guys. I am going to take care of something a little bit later. So bear with me. I'm dedicated today. Not that much. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Seriously. All right. Because I'm all right.
Most of us do. I did. And I had a faulty concept of what what love was and what love involved. It wasn't, because when you're starting these romantic relationships before you really know yourself, or before your values are in place, or before you have a real grasp on relationships and the responsibilities of relationships and the dynamics of relationships, what happens is you find yourself operating at 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50, 55, 60 with the same 17, 18-year-old girl's playbook for relationships.
Okay, so I don't know necessarily if I see this in a ton of women because I do not date nor plan to ever date a woman. However, just because of the sake that I am a woman, and I'm gonna let him speak on, his standpoint as a man, but I do have to say that, I have witnessed, like grown men, right? Like even far beyond 30, right? He mentioned 30, like 40. Listen, far beyond 30, like, kind of like in an immature state, like, and not even just that, but like no experience around like loving, right? Like knowing what love is, how to express love, how to express affection, all those things, right? So there is something that we're missing. And you know, I believe he's gonna start getting into like upbringing and things like that. But I'm also hearing a lot of conversation around growing up in households where something as simple as being told that you're loved, right? Like, but even by your parents, it's kind of like non-existent. And then to take it a bit further, it was also non-existent for our parents, from their parents, right? I am hearing that a bit more. I grew up in love, so my parents did tell me they loved me more, my mom than my dad. But I am starting to notice that we are missing that. We are missing that key factor. And if you are missing that, I just want to say that make sure that you pass that down to your kids. Because just because you go through things, it doesn't mean it has to be a continued cycle. Like we have to grow up and we have to be the difference that we want to see in the world with our children, with our family, our loved ones around us, our friends, everything. Anyways, let's keep going. Because I'm a priest tonight if I have to.
So, though you've grown physically, you've grown financially, you've grown professionally, you've grown spiritually, mentally, as it relates to your understanding of what, a loving relationship with a man is supposed to look like, you're still 16, 17 years old. Letter B.
Mm.
Your father did not model proper love for your mother. Your father did not model proper love for your mother. This is a lot of the reason I knew that I was wrong, when I was living the life I was living.
Okay, to this point, right? Let me see what you say first. We all have different fingerprints, correct? So everyone's road is different. Right, I agree with that. And I was just going to say that when we say proper, we have to be careful because of the way that we identify love, right? That could have just been the way that they knew. That's it. I do think that we should do better with actually asking the person that we're with how they want to be loved. And then if they don't know, then maybe we should look within ourselves and say to ourselves, like, how do I want to be loved? Because I think that sometimes we're just getting all willy-nilly and we're just doing whatever we want. Like, whatever we think at the time or whatever we might see on social media or on TV or whatever, right? I don't think that we ever like are either asking our partner like how they want to be loved or what that affection looks like for them, or we're even asking ourselves like, because I think that we just kind of either lack the desire or understanding. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Let's keep going.
Living, a lot of the reason I knew I was wrong, even though I was rebellious, is because I knew that my father did not treat my mother the way I was treating other people's daughters.
Mm.
I was just doing a podcast while I was in Detroit with Bishop Greg Davis. We're talking about relationships. And I told him one of the greatest pains of my life and regrets of my life at this stage in my life, this age and this place of maturity in my life, is what I did to the hearts of good women.
What did you discuss with the Holy Father in that final meeting?
Okay, we're going to get rid of this commercial. But even to his point, I love the accountability. Like, I love the accountability. Like, I love that he can say, you know, what he did and you know, how it could have been detrimental to others around him, in particular the women he was dating. But hang on, give me a second. Let me get rid of this commercial. Okay. And we're back. Let's keep going.
I don't know how I got off on all of that, but back to my main point. Women many times don't recognize what authentic love looks like because they never saw it modeled by their fathers. That was my main point. They didn't have fathers that loved their mothers, you know. So we learn stuff like this through observation. Like the husband I am to Lisa is based largely on, probably 90% of it is based on mimicking what I saw my father do, how I saw my father handle my mother.
And also treating someone how you want to be treated. You don't want to be dogged out, right? Cast aside, disrespected, mistreated. Don't do it to other people. It's like the most amazing guidance that we have when it comes to basic principles and just being a genuine, decent person of human decency. Let's keep going.
I knew that a man is supposed to take care of his wife financially before I really had language for it, because that's what I always saw my father do. And so a lot of women have not had that example, you know, as daughters of what it looks like, what a you know, the love of a man looks like, because their fathers never loved their mothers properly, or their fathers loved their mothers improperly. Maybe they abused their mothers actually. And so for the girl, maybe you defined the abuse as love. And so it's, you know, it's.
Yep, I literally always say this too, that like if you are a person that, you know, you keep running into like, you know, terrible relationships, or, you know, if you've seen this time and time again growing up in a home, and you watch like fights and different chaotic things happening around you, like that could be how you interpret things should be, because that's the norm, and we gravitate to what we think is normal, right? In reality, you know, it's not. That's not how it's supposed to be, right? But he's making a good point, so I just wanted to say that. Let's keep going.
It's a common saying that men go and look for women that remind them of their wives, and girls go and find men or look for men that remind them of their fathers. And so in a lot of instances, just did not have.
I have to correct him because if I don't, it's going to bother me. I think he meant to say that men go and look for women that remind them of their mom, and women go look for men that remind them of their father. He said men look for, women that remind them of their wives, and I just couldn't get over that. I'm sorry. Let me put this comment really quick. So not having a father as a factor could be no man wants to be a role model in society and be of service to single moms and be a father figure anymore. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, because if that's the case, right, then how can we have stuff like, I love when stuff come full circle. How we have stuff like this?
Hey, hold your hands up. Lift your hands up. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Love it. Godly marriage, man.
I don't know. Because my correlation of being married, and this is just an opinion, because I feel like this is how it should be, but if a man's married, I would expect, right, just my little expectation, that he's with his wife to be of service. I mean, what else is he there? What else is he there for if he's not going to be of service to his wife? And if she's not going to be of service to him? Like, I mean, what are we doing? I don't know. But let's keep going, though. Let's keep going.
Have the proper fatherly example. Letter C, you develop because you didn't have the fatherly example, and because you started so early, with romantic relationships before you were actually mature enough to manage such a thing, it brings us to letter C. You developed toxic experiences or toxic relationships that gave you toxic.
Bridget, you are a brilliant.
Oh my gosh, the pause was so right on. Let me say something while I. All right, so I just want to make a point that sometimes you could date young, right? Like, let's say that you're dating out of high school, and like, sometimes that could flourish, and like, you could be with that person for the rest of your whole entire life, right? Like, that's where that whole, like, what is it? What do they call it? Puppy love, right? High school sweethearts. That's where those terms come from. Like, so there's, I mean, I wouldn't, not hopping from men to men, right? Or boy, at that point, like, they're teenagers. So I'm going to say, young men, young women, like, but sometimes you could like date a person young and that could flourish like forever and a day. So I don't want to say like, for sure that way he's saying I'm in completely agreement of like, no, sometimes you could date young and that could be the person that you have for the rest of your life. Which honestly, I think that that's ideal. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
What does a real man's love look like? When a woman is really being loved by a real man.
Oh my gosh. I think we're just now starting to get into it. And I'm sorry, I just got really excited because this might be good. Oh my gosh, hold on, let me see what you say first. There's no romantic music anymore to have high school sweetheart dances. Of course there is. You ain't just hear the song I just played? I'm going to play it later just because it's such an amazing song. But are you kidding me? We have some amazing artists like Janae Aiko. Tink got amazing stuff. This guy, the brother I played earlier, Antonio Sanders. I mean, oh my gosh, what's the one guy that sung something about like writing down Mulholland Drive or something? That guy, like, there's a ton of good music out here. Don't be silly. because I love music, so I'm gonna find it. But yeah, let's keep going because I think he's getting into like the muscle of this conversation, and I'm kind of excited.
And what does that look like? How does that come across? So many women do not, don't have a concept of what a real man's love looks like. And at the same time, there are so many brothers that may watch this um, who maybe did not have the presence of an active father that loved his mother properly. And so there are a lot of times we learn as men, we learn dysfunction from the example.
Okay, he's holding the men accountable too. I'm really liking this because at first I was losing a bit of hope. First off, are we really at 2 minutes? This might be a different video, guys. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. I'm loving how he's also holding men accountable as far as like, we all have room for improvement, right? And that's why we're being educated right now. Well, at least I am, because woman brain here. Let me see what that says. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that song was a singer of New Edition age era. Hardcore for kids. Man, that song was bomb.com earlier. Like I said, I'm gonna play it later. Hopefully I don't get no strikey strikes, but I'm risking it all tonight because I'm feeling really good. Okay. So let's keep going. Let's see what he says.
Or the examples that went before us, or we learn dysfunction, especially dysfunctional love patterns with our women from the examples we did not have. And when we do not have examples of, relational examples or examples of, loving relationships relative to our fathers and what manhood looks like, we usually take our cues as men from the streets. And this, of course,
I'm gonna let him finish, but I'm just gonna continue to reiterate that we have to make that example. Like we have to be that example. Like if we continue to make an excuse, like the other brother was talking about earlier, right? Like excuses, if we continue to make an excuse of where we lack because of what we didn't have, then we'll continue to pass down the curse to everybody that comes after us. Right? We have to be that change. It has to start somewhere. So we should be working hard to be that example. And trust and believe that I move on what I preach. I am the difference. I'll always continue to be the difference. Let me see. I wonder if the gentleman is married. He is married. He was talking about his wife a bit ago. I think her name is Lisa in particular. Shout out to RC Blakes and Lisa. Hope they have a continuation of love and dedication and service to one another. Let's keep going.
Of course, is most unfortunate because it ends in us as men breaking our women. I was just in Detroit for a women's conference, and I was saying to the women, the question is often asked, why does RC spend so much time speaking into the lives of women? Of course, I understand I have a responsibility to pour into men. I have to take whatever I know and pour it into the next generation, or even those of my generation who may not have been privy to certain things. But there's a mandate on my life to really speak into the hearts and into the.
He makes a good point. So I'm going to ask this question, right? And people can answer or not answer. Do you guys feel that you have an obligation to pour into your woman, your home, other men around you, your community? The reason why I ask that is because I'm hearing so much ideology, right? And rhetoric around just like the individualism of us, right? Like we have to do for us. Like we're the only people that matter in the moment. And though I think that that's important to establish what you have going on, especially your immediate home, right? Your household and what you need to pour into. I also believe in when that's good, it should overflow over. And you should also do your proper outreach and due diligence to your community as well. Other brothers and sisters, helping to uplift and not tear down. That's important. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I don't know. I'm on a road tonight.
Lives of women because it's the natural inclination of a healthy masculine man to protect and to defend womanhood. And secondly, because me, along with, most other men, have spent generations breaking and destroying the self esteem of women. And when one is repentant, one does better by those that were the victims of his or her malice.
I saw his body on the ground covered in blood.
Okay. That's not a good commercial. Let me take that down. Okay. Okay, so he's speaking of being a man of service. I'm loving that. Let me get rid of this commercial. Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
So I want to talk tonight about what does a real man's love look like. And this is really going to be just a
Oh my gosh. I thought we were talking about the whole time. He was just warming us up. I'm going to shut up and keep going. Oh my gosh.
kind of from the heart conversation. Because so many women just don't have a clue. And this is because
I don't know if I do or not. I'm going to keep listening and be educated, and then I'll let you guys know. Because I'm honest. I am good with saying I don't know if I don't know. Let's keep going.
of, I think a few reasons. But before I get into those, I'll say this. It's important for a woman to know what the love of a man looks like to avoid the counterfeit. And what are
Okay. Making sense so far, guys. Making sense so far. All right.
women falling for today? Women are constantly falling for the counterfeit because no one has taken the time to teach the woman how to know or recognize the genuine or the authentic. When a man
Okay, hold up. I'm going to have to interrupt tonight because he's making a good point. However, I also want to make a point that some people, both men and women, but in particular, we're going to say men because that's what he's saying. Don't come for me. Okay. Some men are really good with putting on that persona, right? That representative. We heard Nick Cannon speak about it a ways away ago where he talked about how well he did with putting on his representative until he felt like he didn't have to do that no more. How he can show up as Prince Charming if he needs to, if he can show up as this person. He never said himself. So I also want to shine light that there are also men out there in the world that are experts at manipulating and putting on a persona and being something that they're not. And I don't care what anybody says. I've literally been through something like that. So don't go there with me, people. It happens. And I'm not saying women don't do it too. I don't date women. Y'all can speak on what women do. I don't know. I probably would never find out. I don't do it myself. But that is the case. Let's keep going. This is getting kind of juicy.
Truly loves. Now, this you have to understand. When a man truly loves a woman, it's very serious. And the love of a man for you as a woman must be managed by.
I agree that this comment, I want to address the comment really fast. This is definitely of service. Keep going. I appreciate that. I'm sure that they do too.
The woman that he loves wisely, carefully, and intentionally. Listen carefully now. Because when a man really loves you, the wrong response to a man's love can totally move the needle backwards. What do I mean by this?
Thank goodness he's about to explain.
Well, if you look in Proverbs 14:1, it says, every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish woman plucketh it down with her hands. One of the biggest disconnects between men and women is the lack of understanding about what love looks like, especially what does the love of a man.
Okay. I'm still following. I'm still following you. I think I might survive this. Let's keep going.
Man look like? When a woman does not respond to the man properly, when he's actually loving, because, well, let me say this before I say that. Let me finish my statement, my thought. When she does not respond properly to authentic love from a man, what happens is the woman's rejection of that authentic love breaks the man.
If you live in or around Salamanca, you should probably.
I was actually about to stop that just to breathe. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, and I don't know. Hopefully, it's some women in the chat because if y'all are men, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like the proper thing is getting me tied up properly, like based on what that person wants. Are we effectively communicating that? Let me get rid of this commercial. The proper thing is getting me a bit tied up. I'm not gonna lie. So he's dipping into being obedient. I don't know if he's dipping into being obedient. I think that he's just speaking on maybe how a person needs to be loved and he's just saying properly. I don't know. Let's keep going.
When the man is broken by the rejection of his authentic love, what happens is he may go through that once or twice, maybe 3 times, but every time his love is rejected, what's happening is he is being broken. And
we ain't doing this today. Nah, we ain't doing this today. Okay, let's keep going. and be on our best behavior tonight, shall we?
He is being reformed and deformed. And many times it's the authentic love of a man for a woman that has been rejected over and over again that produces the dogs that we talk so much about. You know,
Okay. Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. So basically, the correlation that he's making, somebody can be free to tell me if I'm wrong nicely. He's talking about women that are not able to identify what real love is because maybe whatever they went through in their past, whatever dating experience that they had, especially if they dated longer, younger, they've dated immature men and they were immature themselves. So now they have this way that they see love and then they move accordingly in the love in which they see, right? Stay with me. And then they meet this amazing man that is properly loving them, properly courting them. And I guess this man is meeting multiple women because he said continuous now. He did say continuous breakdown. Because he said if a woman isn't loving this man properly, she's bringing him down. Okay? I'm just going by what he said. And then this, in turn, is creating the dogs. Not to be confused with Snoop Dogg. The other dogs. Okay, I think I'm there. Okay. Let's see what Fez said. I think he's apologizing. Okay. That's my bad. That's a trigger word there. Maybe it's levels of love. Agree or disagree? I would say there's love and then there's something called being in love. However, the way in which we love definitely appears to be different, as well as the way that we express the way in which we love. As a woman, which I'm not all women, so don't charge it to my head, not my heart, because it's amazing. I will say it. I also showing in acts of service. I might cuddle, it's just I don't know. It appears to be different. It also appears to be really different. I'm just gonna this is a little sideways thing, but it's definitely in relation to the topic. I don't know. Like I'm finding that a lot of men say that they get married for things other than love, which to me as a woman is like crazy because I want to get married for love, not for any other reason. But anyways, before I get off mushy, let's keep going. I hope I answered that question for you.
many brothers that there are many brothers out in these streets that were once good guys that really tried to love the wrong women who didn't appreciate them or understand.
Hold on, wait. Did you not understand that? I feel like that was perfectly executed. Did you not understand that? Oh my gosh! See that thought process, man. Sorry if I lost you. Sorry about that.
And the rejection of that love brought out a side of this man that became that is angry, that is vindictive. And so you see a lot of guys that are living that red pill type lifestyle, and you can look at them and you can tell that that's really not who they are, but they.
Oh my gosh. I always say this. Like I literally always say that a lot of the men, especially, and like really no, honestly, really only on these social media platforms, like the men that just spiel out the most craziest things about women, women's fault, it's this. Like I always see those men as like super miserable men. And then you'll have a brother like this man right here, right? That's maybe happily married, I would think. I don't know. Seems like he's okay in his marriage. And he's able to logically answer, like he's able to logically explain, he's able to take accountability, like, for the most part, give or take, makes sense. He doesn't seem like he's miserable. I'm seeing like a correlation with like miserable men, especially, and like only really, and these like, these different platforms within social media. And I'm like listening to them be miserable and try to spread that disgustingness amongst others. Like I'm seeing that. So maybe like, this is one of their stories. I don't know. Let me see. I'm listening to the subject to get married or something other than love. Carry on. Oh my gosh. No, I said I don't want to get married for anything other than love, but that doesn't seem to be like a man's thing. I don't know. Is that right? Wrong? I don't know. Maybe some men think they should just get married just because. I don't know. Let's keep going.
They are functioning from a place of anger and hurt, because when they actually tried to love a woman, it was rejected. And then they look at their counterparts. Is it counterparts? Or they look at, the other guys that, for whatever reason, never really tried to love a woman. And it's like those guys get all of the outcomes that the guy who actually tried to love a woman was searching for. In fact,
okay. I don't know who that is. Now I think he's talking about the Pookie and Ray Rays. Because he said, like this is what you'll call like the bad guy, right? Because what he's speaking on like the good guys that come in, love a woman, accordingly or whatever, properly, whatever would I identify that is. And then them being kind of like, dogged out, then in turn turn into dogs. And then you have the other men that never try to love a woman. This is what he said. And they get the prize. Right? Bad guy versus good guy, right? Let's keep going. I think I'm on it. I think I'm on this tonight. I'm pretty logical, so I think I might, I think I understand this. Let's keep going.
In most cases, he loses his woman to, quote unquote, a bad guy. So when
ding dong, let's keep going.
When you have a man, when a woman has a man, it's very important that you understand what authentic love looks like, because if you are the recipient of it and you should happen to reject it, you could be contributing to the polluted pool of men that women often talk about. The pool is polluted. A lot of times it's polluted by
misery, filth, unlogical men, and up to our necks in detriment. That's the pollution. Let's see if he says the same thing.
Quite often, should I say, it's polluted by women who did not do the right thing with the authentic love of a man. And I hear some pushback now. I can hear you now saying, well, if I don't love him, I just don't love him. Well, that could be true, but there's a certain way to exit that situation, and a lot of times women don't handle those moments respectfully or honorably. But
okay, let me see this comment first, and then I'll say what I gotta say. Maybe fall in love is a risk reward. Inquiring viewers would like to know: is it like spring water bottle water? Now that might be the comment of the day. For real, I like that, Drake. Oh man, I would like to think it's like rain water, okay? Refreshing, like like the rainforest. How like, man, don't get me started. Okay, so to his point, I agree. Like if you and a person are not working out for whatever reason, I would never agree with bashing them or making it seem like it was something it wasn't, or making them seem like they're the worst person in the world, or painting their picture with the wrong colors, which I hate personally, because there's no need for it. Whatever is meant to be will be, and whatever is not is not. And it doesn't mean that either party is the worst person in the world. It just maybe, just maybe, it just means that that person or those people are intentional about what it is that they want, and they weren't able to see it in each other. That's okay. Is it but not better to part ways if we absolutely know that something isn't meant to be, other than continue to linger and dragging a person along and knowing that you feel that way? Because just because we doesn't say it, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean that we don't feel it, right? Make it make sense. Because I'm logical. And to me, that wouldn't be a logical decision. Sometimes things are just not meant to be. They're just not meant to carry out. But I agree that there's definitely a way that you should handle it. It shouldn't include disrespect. It shouldn't include hatred. And it definitely shouldn't include you acting in a way that you typically don't act. It shouldn't. Let's back to regular program. Share the live. Thank you, guys. Let's keep going.
Here's a quote that I'd like to make, and it's mine. And it says this: love is usually assassinated by ignorance of its presence and ignorance of its value. You know how many women?
Okay, I kind of broke this down last live because seems to be a different video and a much longer video, by the way, which okay. Love is usually assassinated by the ignorance of, I guess, of love in general and of the value of love. That's what I heard. And I would agree with that, because logically, how could one value what they don't know exists? Simple. But how can one value what they don't know exists? Let's keep going.
Women I talk to on a daily, well, I mean, not literally every day, but all, frequently, a lot of the time, that tell me, Pastor, I had a great guy that loved me, but I was just too broken, too immature to appreciate what he brought to the relationship. And now I wish I could get this guy.
Okay, another good point, because I'm going to kill it tonight. Hold on to your wigs and toupees. Nobody, no woman, no man, dog, cat, kangaroo, giraffe, elephant, nobody should be coming into a relationship unless they are willing, ready, able, and stable in all aspects. And we need to stop making excuses for the things that we went through in the past as that being the driving force for our behaviors of the present. Meaning that despite what you went through, if you're not ready to date because there's something that you need to work on as far as becoming stable and a better person, where you're not pulling somebody into the things that you are running from, You're not ready to date. We have to learn to sit with ourselves, and not so much as heal, because I am a firm believer that there are things that we would never heal from. But you have to be stable so that detrimental things that we're running from ourselves while we're trying to invite people to it, like that doesn't trickle down and hurt the people that we are trying to be with. We have to stabilize ourselves to where, despite what we go through and we deal with, it doesn't hurt the person that we are with, because they don't deserve that. Stop doing that. And keep that far, 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 far away from me, because that's crazy. Anyways, let's keep going. And then I'm going to get to the comments.
Back. You know how many times I hear that? Now, there are 3 reasons women don't, well, I'm saying 3, but it's actually more than that. In fact, I'm looking at another one now in my mind. Let's just say there's some reasons why women don't know, why a lot of women just don't know the presence or the profile of true masculine love. Letter A. Most women don't recognize or appreciate authentic love from a man because most women started their romantic journeys too early. You know, you start your...
Okay, I think he already touched on this. I don't know where we're going tonight, but no, I definitely agree with that. And I think we already touched on that. I'm going to let him keep going, but I'm going to play this song again because I'm going to take a little break. I want to go get some juice, and then we're going to get back to it. All right. I'm not going to tell you guys my head hurt, but it does. Let me see it. Why is love a word? Why not say I give my love and devotion to you? Why separate them? Ask this gentleman that. Yeah, RC Blakes, why? All right, let's see. Should one just say I give my love, emotion, devotion to a person? A person just seeks love, you believe, and like everything else. Oh my gosh, Fess. Should one just say I give my love, emotion, and devotion to a person? A person just seeks love, you believe, and block everything else out. No, not everything else. Not everything else. Everything goes hand in hand. It's no blocking nothing out. I don't really know what you mean by that. A break while over juice when it's getting juicy. Yes, we are going to take a break because I need some juice. And while we're doing that, guess what? Greatness awaits you because this is an amazing song. Okay? It's going to take me like 5 blinks of an eye. And I'm going to play this little quick song again in case anybody missed it because it's great. And then we're going to get back to it. Let me put this banner up and let me pull up this song that is for educational purposes only. Because y'all deserve to be educated too.
If your heart is feeling heavy, you don't know which way to go. If my mind will not stay steady, just make sure that you know that I'm not scared of running, only running if you are the one I'm running to. Oh, oh. If your heart will not stop racing and somehow you don't feel strong, in my mind I can't escape it. Just make sure that you know that I'm not scared of running if we're running back to what we both know is true. But I'm scared of running. I'm so scared if I'm not running with you?
I mean, hello? Man, listen, I don't care. If I find a good song that's like, I feel like it's up to that part, like, oh man, I'm gonna be sharing the crap out of it with you guys. You guys deserve to be enlightened by the magic of music. And if you're anything like me, it just feeds your soul. Maybe everyone doesn't know love is a book and not a word. Oh, well, juicy ending. Enjoy your juice. Salute, Fez. Thank you. You're silly. All right. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to endure. We're definitely gonna have to break this down into another part. I'm gonna keep going until, whatever. But let's keep going for now.
You start dating and having sex and all of these kinds of things in your teens or early college years, you develop a concept of love prematurely because you develop those early situationships, relationships, whatever you choose to call it, with young men that are not developed, not between the ears. They may be developed in other areas of their body or their anatomy, but they're not developed between their ears. And so when you start relationships too early, like not all of us, but most of us do, I did, and I had a faulty concept of what love was and what love involved. It wasn't, because when you're starting these romantic relationships before you really know yourself, or before your values are in place, or before you have a real grasp on relationships and the responsibilities of relationships and the dynamics of relationships, what happens is you find yourself operating at 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50, 55, 60 with the same.
And them some big old ages to be immature. And I'm actually gonna I'm gonna end this a bit because I'm gonna go take care of something. Let's see. Salute Fez. Listen, he's making a really good point. For some reason, I feel like he made this point twice tonight. I could be tripping. Hey, maybe not though. I feel like we tend to get like stuck. And I don't know if it's necessarily about dating young. I don't believe in being promiscuous, but I also believe that there's a such thing as finding someone even at like not a super young age. So I don't know, like early teenage, I mean like late teenager, early adulthood. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Sometimes that works out. But being immature at 30, 40, 50, I've been having conversations forever and a day about like what are we doing? And some people would say, "Oh, you moved out when you were 17, right?" And da 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 da, all some other crap, right? That's my story. Okay. So maybe I do have a bit of a bias because I don't understand anything else. I don't understand not moving on or making something of yourself, whatever that something is. I don't believe in not grinding. I don't believe in being bums, men or women. Like, we gotta stop making excuses to continue to be immature at a big old age. That's only excusable like in your early teenage years, and maybe I'll give it to you your early adult. Anything past 29, 30 is inexcusable. It doesn't necessarily have to do with love, right? Because some of us are not taught that. Like you said, made a really good point around that. Some of us aren't taught that, how to properly love. But like I said, your guidance could be within and knowing how you want to be treated. I mean, that's the starting point. It's not the answer, right? Because everybody looks at love different. Everybody wants to be treated different. But I also brought up the fact that you should just simply ask. I mean, it works for me. Not that much. But it works when it comes to the communication of how somebody wants to be treated. You could just simply ask, what are you looking for out of love when it comes to how you want to be loved? How you show affection? What is your love language? For me, mine is music. That's why I'm sharing it. It's amazing. And it's also amazing what could happen if you simply just ask. You guys should go try that. But listen, oh my gosh, I'm going to end this live. I'm already past an hour. I didn't know that, but I think I was talking a bit much tonight, which is nothing wrong with that. I thank anybody who has tuned into me tonight. I thank anybody who will tune into me in the future that will see this video. I thank you guys so much. I got something to take care of. I'm going to play my outro music. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any greatness, because that's all I bring. Salute to anybody that's active in the comment section, because I definitely appreciate that. Salute to you, Fez, because you've been typing away. And I appreciate you. Entrances of hindsight, one's love from less love, and sex. Saying on that note, choose finally. So I appreciate it. And anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope you have an even greater tomorrow. Salute to you. Peace out.
Doctor?